All right, all right, all right. Good morning. Monday morning. Love it. Time to trade. Looking forward to it. All right, so we got a short week. Gonna be a wonky week. We got Chicago Fed today at 8:30, so watch that if you're trading futures. Just a whole lot of talk on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have the minutes. And there's going to be some tough talk. I'm looking for the market to pull back. So I'm hoping that it slams it. I'm even thinking about what I'm going to do today as far as swing trades or income trades. Haven't quite made that decision. But while I got your ear, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, and join me normally at 9 o'clock. But today I'm not going to kick it off until 10 o'clock. I'm just holding out. I've got to get myself a deer. So I'm just going to chill out a little bit in the morning and see if I could whack something. And then start trading. Because Davey needs some meat. All right, back to business. Wonky week. Durable goods orders is going to be something to look at on Wednesday. But again, Fed, FOMC. Then Thursday, markets are closed. Friday, markets are open, but most traders take the time off. So it's going to be kind of choppy. Actually, it should be light volume. They might be able to push it up or down, whatever direction. So you may be able to catch a few trades. I just think the entries are going to be difficult and the trade managements are going to be difficult. But again, Fridays is my take care of the tribal elders day, or hang out with the tribal elders day. Yeah, so I won't be broadcasting anyway. But again, today, join me at about 10. So what are we looking at, man? Look, we've got this, looks relatively weak. I'm thinking we could spike a little bit, but break of the low might bring us down. We've got this gap right here. That's really my goal. I want to see that close out. I want to see it close out before, I think we should directly head to close that out. That's going to be positive for us. It'll create a higher low. It will keep us in an uptrend on the dailies, which is pretty okay. We had this head and shoulders right here that broke. We did all right, came back, retested the head and shoulders line, which created this trend line right here. And I think we'll break this trend line a little bit, close this gap. Which works for us, and that's the midline of this trading pattern that I'm looking for. So this is where I want us to be. There are still people out there talking about a new low after the holiday, which could be that 3,300 number. It would break out of this range that I'm anticipating we're going to trade in. So I really don't want to see that. I want to see more confirmation on the viability of these lines. But, we can't predict. We can only develop a bias. But I think we're pretty much close to the bottom. I mean, that 3,300, it'll change the whole picture. But so end of the week. So let's look at the weeklies, right? So weeklies, man, we're still, you could still see this down pattern. It would be nice if that turned around and we started seeing some uptrend or consolidation, which is what trading in this range would give us. It would give us a consolidation for a while until we break above this high. So we'll be consolidating until we break above the 43.33, 43.31. And this is what we're watching. We have a good divergence here. But again, that divergence doesn't trigger until we break here. And a divergence just means an end of the trend. So we could go into a consolidation for a while. Which, again, if we close that gap, move back up, that would put us back in it. So that's a pretty good theory. and something to watch. So let's take a look at the ES right now. What it looks like it's adding up to. Looks toppy to me. Got a little micro trend on the 15-minute going on right here. That I would watch would be a continuation here. You got this opening, this gap right here at the 39.70. And that was last night's open. We opened low. You could see the micro trend right there on the 30-minute. Got to watch it develop. Let's take a look at BTC. Oh, is this thing getting a beating, huh? I think it's a buying opportunity. I mean, you know, there's always bad actors in new industries. We saw it in the tech. We see it all over the place. So this might become damaged goods. There's a psychological factor where investors back away. All the naysayers will come out, and you know, right now you get all the "I told you so"s. But you know, if you look at the situation for what it is, you got this dude who's running the exchange, and I don't think he was egregious. Yeah, you know, he was an entitled millennial who didn't have the skill to really run an exchange. Just you know, reading the experience of the company, or the life cycle of the company, and what transpired inside the company, you could just see that he was a young guy who made a lot of money, and you know, right place, right time. But everybody rises to the level of their own incompetence, and he just wasn't a good CEO. You know, he had a good idea, he got it going, he was making money. He put pride in place of business, and should have hired an appropriate CEO to organize the company while they were making money. And then, yeah, he just got slap happy. You know, I mean, I've come across that. A lot of young guys I've sponsored, put into business, even guys that I had sold my firm to. Everybody wanted to be the boss. They ended up laying on the beach and barking orders over the phone, and ultimately, a lot of the guys ran their business into the ground. Some of the guys saw it coming and rolled off and created subsidiaries or went into other things, very interesting things. But you know, I mean, that's young guys. Nothing you could do. It has nothing to do with the investment vehicle. I know I digress. So I'll be looking for Bitcoin to stabilize. I don't think it's going to disappear. It's certainly not going to be the vehicle that everybody thought it was going to be, but it's definitely a trading vehicle. So I'm looking for a little stability, and I'll get involved. And again, I haven't changed my opinion as far as the consistency in what I find to be the setups. So we're looking at a little pennant down here. And I'll keep my eye on that, but more importantly, I'd probably just put a channel just like that. And that's what I would probably trade. And interesting enough, you see this, I was pointing at the screen, that's very funny. See this intersection right here? That's pretty interesting. Keep your eye on that. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at BTC. And let's look at a little Earl. Yeah, oil's looking heavy, which is cool. Let's shrink that up. Yeah, I'd say that's a reasonable top right there. Oh, what happened? Where's my mouse? Whoops. Yeah, I'd say that's a reasonable top. Actually, I'd probably just hold this around the 90 range. 75 is a little cheap. Yeah, but we're looking at it now, huh? I think it'll pop back up to 84. Again, I think 84 is the right number. We're going to hold there. But, you know, primaries are over, and obviously they jack the gas prices and oil prices so that you're pissed off at the Democrats and vote Republican. That shit didn't work. So now we're back to the supply and demand concept. Gas, probably same picture in gas. Well, but, I mean, this hits the voter's pocket right away, see? And, you know, after the primaries were floating down, we'll probably bounce off of here for the Christmas season. They're going to spike it up. You'll probably get a double top at this part, at this piece, and then it'll roll around and come back down. But I already see it at the pump, man. I'd say we're down probably about 30 cents a gallon at the pump around by me, which is still gouging. Looking at nat gas, yeah, boy. Yeah, watch this. This is a micro trend right here. Just watch that. It looks showing a little bit of strength. But these are pretty reliable. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down into the fives. When were we at the fives? Last February. And we've been high for a while, huh? Oh, that's Russia's doing. But even going into Russia's doing, I guess while Russia was stacking up along the border with military equipment, that's when we started getting that rise. We could use that $3 number again. Hopefully we see it by May, because my tank should be good until May. Let's take a quick look at bonds. Looking toppy. We had to bounce after that aggressive move off. Looking a little toppy, which would be consistent with the market pullback. And maybe we'll head up and create an uptrend in the daily. See that strong double bottom. Momentum's nice and strong. So we'll probably come back down to about the 23 and 6/32 range. And then away we go. And this is trading pretty classic. You could see the Fibonacci right there. We made the double bottom within the 23%. We tagged the 33. We'll probably pull back a little bit. 50 might be a long-term goal. At the very least, we'll probably see that 38, 128, 7/32 on that, which is cool. That's cool. I mean, I don't know what the Feds are going to do with raising the interest rates. I mean, we don't have a supply and demand issue. So destroying the job market is ridiculous. Destroying the housing market is ridiculous, although housing prices have spiked. But I think that's going to work itself out. So anyway, quick look at gold. Gold is looking good, man. We did very well. We started getting involved right down here, and it spiked. Yeah. I think we're back at 2,000 next year. This was an overreaction to geopolitical shit. But now it's a matter of economics. It's come to a reasonable price, and now it's a matter of economics. I think that, I mean, a lot of people are saying they're going back to the gold standard. I mean, that's more conspiracy theory shit than anything else right at this point. But what is logical is that it's a good offset to inflation. It's possible that they go back to the gold standard for currency control, and that may be the only way they combat inflation. But I don't think they want to combat inflation. I think that the government generally wants inflation to grow aggressively so that they could reduce the debt to GDP. So they're going to kind of engineer an economic growth, because the economy will probably grow at naturally at 2%, and if they can keep inflation around 4 to 6, then they can get a 4 to 6% growth in GDP, which reduces the debt to GDP ratio, which is what they're looking to do. That's really the only way they can get themselves out of this much debt, and they've done this before after wars, and ultimately almost bankrupt the country, which was the result of the 70s and the Volcker era. So I guess anybody who's a student of the economy would know that. Kind of a hobby, not really necessary for trading, but I was born a businessman. All right, so we looked at everything. I celebrated myself. What more could I do? Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Join me at 10 o'clock today, man, 10 o'clock, all right? And hopefully I will have tagged a buck, and later this afternoon I could whack his ass up and get him in the freezer. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.